Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to mighty Akim, Wa'akwathium, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakub coming at you with another lesson. 1 John chapter 5, verse 14. And this is the confidence that we have in him, that if we ask anything according to his will, he hears us. Okay, so the lesson that we're going to go in today, we're kind of going to a bit of two things. Okay, so first thing is, how we're, if asking for something, all right, it's not necessarily okay. Yeah, we're gonna get whatever we ask for. Like, I'm gonna get fucking, I don't know, Slacky. It's really hard to come up with ideas off the top of my head. But like, I guess if I ask, okay, yeah, I want a gun or something like that. Like, yeah, whatever. Slacky. The point, I'm just getting to the lesson. Slacky. The point is, for the first one, it's just depending on what the Lord wants us to have, okay, or what the Lord is determining as best for us. That is going to be what we get, okay. In addition to that, the second lesson, which Yahawadah, I'm able to properly separate them and actually go into both of them in this one video, all right, is how morality has been twisted, okay, and things that people would normally think is bad are seen as good, and vice versa. All right. So, starting with the we're asking what we want, because I'm pretty sure that's super quick. And the thing about the reason why I'm putting them both together is because in actuality, they do share a bit of I guess what the term would be, it's kind of the same concept, all right. And the reason why is because people tend to think that just because the Lord is has supernatural power, spiritual power, this and the third, he just has to make everything good, when that is not the case. That's not what he has planned. All right. So Slovakia, the thing is, people will say and think, okay, well, because the Lord, why is the Lord not letting me do this, or why did the Lord make me this way, or why did the Lord allow there to be slavery and all this stuff, this, that, and the third, okay? And the answer to that is pretty simple, and it lies in the fact that the same way a parent wants good for their children, in the same way that a parent wants their children to be prepared for anything, to do good, all right? It's the same way that the Lord sees us. Let me actually get that. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 11. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. For whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth, even as a father the son in whom he delighteth. Okay, now also, let me also get this. it's my son, even my firstborn. All right. So we are seen as the children of YAHAWASHI. All right. And the same way that we are the children of the Lord wants to correct us and chastise us and treat us like his children. All right. So there are going to be, some hardships. And we're going to be seemingly given free will, quote unquote, in the sense that it seems like Slocky. The main thing is, okay, let me get this because I don't want to sound confusing. All right. There is no free will. That's number one. Isaiah chapter 46, verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand and I will do all my pleasure. Okay, so let me correct myself. There's no free will. As it says, declaring the end from the beginning. So in the beginning, the end was already declared. Everything that was said and done is going to happen. All right. In terms of the hardships, okay, and the seemingly choice that we go through and the stuff that we have to deal with, all right, that is we have to pay for the sins that we committed, the wickedness that we've done. All right. And then as a result, we are in the situation that we're in now so that we can improve. Okay. Because that's another thing. People say that they want wisdom, knowledge, strength, power, love, this and the third. Okay. But the matter is that we have to work for it. Okay. We have to earn it. Okay. It's not something that we're just going to get, like we're just born with all of that. Okay. No baby is born, super strong. Okay. You have to work towards getting, said muscles. Okay. It's like you have to experience certain things in order to have wisdom and knowledge on how to deal with certain issues. All right. So as a result, we are growing, like, being children in the faith. Let me see if I can get that. If my thing can load faster. First Peter chapter 2, verse 2. As newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the world, that ye may grow thereby. So we, in this truth, okay, we start out as babes. When we first come into this truth, we're babes, babies, whatever you want to call it, and we have to grow in this truth. That's what we do when we study this word. Okay, we grow and grow. We get older and older spiritually in this truth to the point where we can become, elders, whatever, or just knowledgeable in this truth. Okay. And as a result, okay, we'll be able to eat, to not only handle the milk, but also handle the meat, which is the more complex things that are in the scriptures. All right. Now, okay, I think we're ready to move on to the thing. If Yahawadah, I didn't miss it. So tying it in, as I had mentioned before, okay, according to his will, all right, so there's no free will. And then in addition to that, this whole aspect of morality, all right. Now the people, let me actually get that The people think that only good should be coming, or people only, let me actually get another one. So, as I said before, mind twisted, and people would normally think things are people what things that people would normally think are bad are put to be good, and vice versa. Okay, now over here, Isaiah chapter 45 verse 7. I have formed the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. The Lord creates good and evil, light, darkness, peace, evil, all this stuff. Okay. In addition to that, Job chapter 2 verse 10. But he said unto her, Thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What shall we receive good at the hand of Yahweh, and shall we not receive evil? In all this did Job not sin with his lips. Okay, so over here, now we see that Job is saying, shall we not receive evil as well as good? Okay, just are we only supposed to get good from the Lord and not bad? All right, it is an important thing that helps in having bad upon us is an important thing that helps us. All right. So yes, we might be asked. So one thing is as we ask, let's say for example, I want to be one of the smartest people ever. Okay, or I want to be a super wise, being able to handle all this stuff. I want to be able to avoid all the hardships of Jacob's trouble. Okay, now that's a very not common, but that's a very reasonable thing to ask of the Lord. Okay, if you don't want to go through much of the hardships of Jacob's trouble, sure. Now, how does the Lord, how would the Lord, exempt you from it? All right. One way is through having basically wisdom. All right. In order to avoid all of the hardships. Let me get this. Isaiah chapter 33 verse 6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So the Lord would instill you with a lot of wisdom and knowledge. Okay, true wisdom and knowledge, not Babylonian wisdom and knowledge, but spiritual wisdom and knowledge. All right, so that when the time comes, all hardships, it's not going to be anything to you, because you're going to know, okay, yeah, I know what to do. I know how to do this, then third. All right. And it might seem like, quote unquote, which is also goes back into understanding and remembering that everything is from the Lord. Okay. Slakia. That's a very important thing that I need to establish, because there are some cases, okay, where, or people might get to a point where, oh yeah, I'm so smart, or I'm so this and the third, but then they forget that, okay, it was the Lord that made you this way. It was the Lord that blessed you with this. Okay, so it's not a matter of, okay, the Lord's just of keeping this stuff away from you, but it's also that if you are in said situation, or like for example, when I was I'll just say the last time that I got pulled over by the cops, okay, I did what the scriptures would say, which is, let me get this, Proverbs chapter 15 verse from the top, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. I was pulled over unlawfully, unrighteously, and they literally said, they were basically bullshitting me in order to I guess take away my car, do this and that or whatever. All right, or maybe lock me up. Who knows? I don't know exactly what it is. But in the moment while I was stopped, all right, I kept my cool. Again, I'm not even, and it's really hard for me to explain this because I'm trying to explain what happened, but I also want to make mention of the Lord's involvement in it, all right? Because I'm not always like that. I try to be, consciously I try to be, but in actuality, when I'm just not thinking on a normal on a normal day or whatever, I can get pretty emotional relatively. All right. So the thing is, I was calm. I said, okay, yeah, sure, here, this and third, I'm good. This here, this is the reason why, this is this, then this is that, X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 blah. And then they said, okay, sure. By the way, they lied to me in the initial, when they first pulled me over. The first thing they said was a lie. They lied to me and said that my stuff was not valid, okay, which was definitely a lie because I just bought it like a month ago. And then they were saying all this bullshit, trying to, find some bullshit on me. And then as I was just calm, I just, okay, whatever, who cares? And then they left, and it did not become a big deal. All right. And that's the thing. Jake always, tries to make things a bigger deal. All right. By going crazy, acting crazy, and losing their temper and being emotional. All right. Let me also give me 1 second. Okay, Slakia. So, as I was mentioning before, I had all that was a result of me following after the words of YAHAWAH, following after the teachings of YAHAWAH, and having the mindset of, okay, you know what? Let me not anger them. Okay, saying any grievous words. Okay, to stir them up, to make them angry and make them want to do something to me. Okay, let me just be calm and shut up, and try to end the situation and leave the scene as fast as I can. Okay, so that they don't find something, even though I already should not have been pulled over in the first place. All right, so that is just an example, and as a result, the Lord protected me. Okay, nothing had happened to me, but afterwards, okay, after I truly thought about the situation, I was very mad. I was extremely emotional. I was, in the sense that I was very, very angry, and it's always like just some bullshit that these devils want to say and do, to Jake. It is because I was an Israelite. It's because I was an Israelite that they pulled me over. Because I'm an Israelite, they want to try to find some bullshit or lie to me and act like I'm stupid and I didn't recognize all that stuff that's happened. And then the thing is, you cannot slog it. I'm getting off topic, but basically, at the end of the day, that's basically how you show your wisdom and knowledge, okay, that the Lord blesses you with, showing an example of growth, all right, in this truth, from a baby unto a kid, adolescence, adult in the spirit, okay. Show all these things, and this is how the Lord keeps us out of trouble, okay. So in that sense, that's how the Lord is going to answer our prayers, by giving us, the wisdom and knowledge through experience, okay? Through experience, through, just these lessons, okay? Because you don't always have to go through it yourself. You don't always have to have certain things happen. And which also, Slakia, that reminds me, I just watched it. Crazy how it just all comes together. I forgot what's the video. I have to go to history, I guess. Here, all right. this guy, okay, he got arrested because he was challenging. He got arrested because he was challenging and trying to stir up the police, okay? Saying this, that, and the third. Instead of just agreeing with them and saying, okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go across the street. Because they weren't saying you cannot preach, okay? They were saying you need to move somewhere else. Just go across the street. They didn't even say you have to go on a completely different subsection of the city. They just said, you know what? Go across the street and continue on with your stuff. You can't be here. All these people are bitching about you, okay?
I mean, this is their camp spot, and they stop.
No, we don't. Yeah, but it's a public property. Right, but he's telling us what I'm telling you. Yeah, well, hold on, refine it. What you do? He's coming in trying to flex his authority. Right. And we gotta move. I'm saying because I know my rights, I don't have to move. Right. Are you gonna infringe? Are you gonna rebuke him and let him know I don't have to leave? Go ahead.
Someone rip the property. They have the right to.
No, they do not. This is a public bus stop.
All right, but like this, do you see that? Like that's not showing wisdom, and that's not asking to be like it looks like, or it seems like through his actions that he wants problems. He wants there to be conflict. He wants to be antagonized and antagonistic to them in order to start something, and that's a big problem. We're not supposed to. Again, this is going into another thing, but we're not supposed to be, trying to start something. And the brother definitely, I'm gonna leave a link to this video. Definitely watch the video. The brother makes good points, talking about how we're supposed to attempt to make peace with everyone, okay, or at least to the point wants to start a fight with us or have conflict with us. That's what we're supposed to do, because we're not supposed to be drawing negative attention to us outside of preaching and teaching the truth and rebuking people. But we're not supposed to be trying to start fights or giving people a reason to want to be combative or problematic with us. All right, so yeah, that's basically that. And again, going back on topic, okay, the whole matter of this morality, like people would say on a smaller scale, people would say, why did the Lord let the brother get, arrested, this, and a third? Well, the Lord gave you many opportunities, because this was a long video, okay, of them still talking. They had the longest opportunity. More like me personally, I wouldn't even need this long. I wouldn't even need this long to leave the scene, to not be a problem. Okay, but they had ample amount of time to not have this become a problem, or not have this become an issue. All right. Surprisingly, the cops were very lenient with them, even though those WFI were being very problematic. Okay, they should not have kept on trying to challenge the police. They should have just said, okay, sure, we're leaving. All right. And again, like, this is the Slacky, I keep on going off topic, but the thing is, people would think that because that happened, that the Lord's not with them. But in actuality, it is the Lord showing mercy with, let's say, the different types of cops that they gave. Which this guy, I'll say, comparatively, relatively, I'm not saying he's good, but I'm just saying relatively, he's a lot more calm compared to a cop that would already have his gun drawn just because it's Jake. All right, so the Lord gave them mercy and multiple chances to just stop, shut up, and move across the street, but they didn't. Okay, so this is the foolishness of Jake when they don't take these opportunities that have been presented to them to to escape trouble and escape problems. All right. Now, in addition to that, understanding what is right, what's wrong, good, evil, and all that stuff. Okay. One thing that is a bit of a, I guess, what's it called? What's the word? Uncommon understanding. Okay. That is death and sickness. Okay. Sirach chapter 30 verse 17. Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness. Delicates poured upon a mouth shut up are as messes of meat set upon a grave. Okay. So basically, someone that's constantly sick, that has to deal with deformities. And as a matter of fact, speaking of which, like these deformed people, I literally searched up deformed people, and all I'm gonna say is that I did not like what I saw, so I'm not gonna show it. But just know that they look fucked up. Honestly, like it's not a nice image. Anyway, so for the Lord to keep us healthy or have us healthy, all right. And sometimes certain things seem like they're bad, but in actuality, like, understand that now maybe you didn't know how to deal with something before, and now because of that one little experience. Like, say for example, I never want to say someone says I never want to have to talk to the police, but then they talk to, and then lo and behold, they are pulled over or whatever. Some reason, something happens where they have to talk to the police. All right. As a result, now nothing happened, but now they have some experience on how certain cops act and how to deal with them. All right. And this is the thing. Like, this is what the Lord kind of, I guess, gave me. All right. When dealing with cops, I'm able to pinpoint, say, okay, and detect, okay, this is a lie, this and the third. Even when I was going, with some brothers. No, it's this one. All right. Basically, long story short, basically when I was going with some brothers out on the highways and byways, there was I don't even know if it was a cop, maybe it was just security. All right. But they had basically lied and said, you have to wear a mask if you're going to do it. And they said that no, and then someone else, a brother that was with us, said that was only if we're indoors, we're outdoors, or we don't need to wear a mask. And then, again, like, Esau has no problem lying to us, but we have the experience that, okay, yes, Esau is going to lie to us. We have to be knowledgeable and aware of the stuff that they're saying, and be ready for all of his tricks. All right. So yes, there's a difference. There's also a difference between just going through constant hardships, living a bitter life, and then there's also the hardships the temporary hardships that we go through. Okay. And then eventually it's gonna be shit. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 18. We look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. And we also go Matthew chapter 24 verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Okay, so the hardships that we're going through is temporal, and we understand that, we acknowledge that. Okay, but that is why we endured. But at the same time, we also have to understand that for certain people, more specifically Babylonians, okay, some of them, okay, because a lot of them are just messed up in the head. Some of them, it is better. Like, for example, like if you're an Edomite, death, I would say, is better. I don't even know if I can say it, but death is better because it just Slakia, just all the stuff that's going to happen, to them all the payback that they have to do. Okay, let me get that. Isaiah chapter 14 verse 21, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities. Okay, so it's just better for Esau, even most specifically, to just, I can't say it, but anyway, so yeah. That's I believe that's it. Okay, no, right here. Okay. Where is it? Romans chapter 9 verse 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good nor or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh according to election might stand, not of works but of him that calleth, it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yahweh? Yahweh forbid. So the Lord had set up certain people, okay, to and to be bad. I'm trying to find this one thing. Verse 21, hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? Okay, so the Lord can set up certain people, okay, and that's the whole thing of free will. Like the Lord set up, like say for example, the Lord sets you up to ask and want. Oh yeah, I want to be super rich and whatnot. Okay, the Lord is going to set things up for you to be able to get it, but not now. Okay, and it's all according to His will that He's holding out on making you rich until the time is right for you to be rich. All right. So with that, I hope this was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto. Conclusion of it is, certain people, don't fully understand that. Understand the good in the bad that the Lord lets or makes us go through. So in the bad that we go through, that there is some good, but at the same time, all right, there's also an escape for it. Okay, like there was an escape for this. Okay, though they did get arrested, or is it? They did end up getting arrested. They did end up getting arrested. See, look at this. They did end up getting arrested. All right. And all of them, by the way. It was avoidable. All right. The Lord gave them many different ways. All right. Many different ways to escape, and they just disregarded it many different times by just saying, "Oh no, I'm gonna stay doing this. I'm gonna stay doing this." No, you can. We cannot do that. All right. We have to. We have to just understand that we are in captivity. All right. We are not in power. All right. We are not in power. Through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH and MANASHAH, we pray that He protects us, and we need to follow His words so that we know how He's going to protect us. All right. If we are aware of how He's going to protect us, all right, like one way, like if for me for example, if I was in the same situation, okay, which I think that's something we need to do. We need to imagine ourselves in these situations, okay? Like if we are in how do we resolve it? Okay, we just say, okay, sure, we're going across the thing. We're going across the street. We're not gonna be here. Tell these people that were bothering us, angry mob or whatever, to fuck off and whatnot. All right, like that's it. That's literally it. All right. But yeah. So that's the conclusion in the terms of evil seemingly coming upon us, but in actuality, it's the Lord allowing us a way to escape, allowing, or if we follow after the word of YAHAWASHI, there is a way to escape. There is a way that we can we don't need to deal with that, and it doesn't become a problem for us. All right, as well as the fact that there is no free will. This is stuff like this that happen it shows an example. Okay, it shows an example of what not to do as well as what to do. All right, certain different brothers that have been in said situations. All right. So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Dite Abad Babal, and Shalom.